Okay, now something that I ask myself all of the time, and maybe you ask this too, can our Myer-Briggs personality type change? Can we go from being an INFJ to another personality type? Or can we be one thing and then later on become an INFJ? I know that with personality and all of the different personality theories, there's the thing about nature versus nurture, and how some people believe that you become who you are because of the environment that you're in. But then you can also become who you are because of your genetics. And so there's just so much up in the air about what makes you you. And I thought it would be really fun to do a test, to redo the Myer-Briggs test to see if I am still an INFJ. When I first got tested for being an INFJ, I was in my 20s. I worked in a big open office environment. I was around people all of the time. The other times that I've done it, I was in that early motherhood stage. I was sleep deprived. I was really tired. And my life looks completely different now. And I was thinking, am I still an INFJ? So we're gonna do the test together, and it would be really interesting to see what comes up. I'm gonna do it on 16personalities.com. I know that there's a lot of nuance around 16 personalities, but whatever, this is just for fun. So let's do it together. Okay. You regularly make new friends. I would agree with that, somewhat. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. I hate questions like this. I'm in the middle. You usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. I agree, definitely. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. Definitely. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Externally, I stay calm, but not internally. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. It's not that I find it daunting, I just don't like doing it. In the middle. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Yep. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Absolutely. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Yes. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Not really, I make a lot of mistakes. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I'm gonna go there. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. Depends on what the creative work is. I hate questions like this because it's like, give me more information, right? Like there's just so much variation here. How can I answer this honestly? I will go there. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. No, I disagree. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. I can't. I used to be like that when I was younger, but as a mum, and I'm so busy with the kids and life, I don't have that luxury. I don't have that luxury, or I won't get anything done. So, disagree. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Yeah, I don't really care. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. I hate it. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. I'm in the middle. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. Probably. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Yeah. We'll go there. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. I am struggling with this right now, to be honest. But I'm also mostly an optimistic person. So I'm going to go in the middle, as in the middle of the agree. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. Yes. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. Disagree. That would be fun. You favor efficiency in decisions, even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Disagree. Oh my gosh. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. I'll do that. But I do relax. If I have a lot of chores, I still know that I have to look after myself. So in disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. Disagree. You usually wait for others to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. No, I'm pretty good at introducing myself, even if on the inside I'm feeling shy and nervous. I will still make a point to try and make other people feel comfortable. Your mood can change very quickly. Oh, if you ask my kids that, they would say probably yes. I'm gonna disagree. You're not easily swayed by emotional arguments. I'm always open to hear the other person's opinion. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. I do not have the luxury to do that. But sometimes I still leave it to the last moment. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. I'm gonna go in the middle. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I'm gonna go disagree, but not all the way to the disagree, because I find working on my own, I do sometimes crave more social connection with other people. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. I'll go in the middle. Depends what we're talking about. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Absolutely. Every time. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. No, I'm pretty good at that. I didn't used to be though, but I've become good at that. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. I'm gonna go in the middle. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. I think they would. No, I'll go here. Depends on who I'm around. If I'm around more of the neurotypical type of people, then I'm a lot quieter. But if I'm around a group of people where I feel like they would accept me anyway, regardless, then yeah, I am very outgoing. You are drawn to various forms of creative expression, such as writing. Yes, I am. You usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. Disagree. You like to have a to-do list for each day, every day. That's how I live. You rarely feel insecure. I've done a lot of work on self-acceptance. You avoid making phone calls. Yes. Unless it's a really good friend, I will call. I prefer calling people than texting, but if it's more like professional or making appointments, then I will avoid those phone calls and I will palm that off to my husband. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. Yeah, I suppose. You can easily connect with people you have just met. I think so. Don't know if everybody likes me, but I feel like mostly I'm able to build rapport with people and connect. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yeah. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Oh, there's a couple of mistakes I have made that still bother me, but not little things. I'm gonna go with disagree because I'm grateful for the experiences I've had, but I'm gonna go in the minor disagree. Instead, in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yeah, I don't like that. Hang on, no, you are not too interested. That's confusing. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I'm gonna go in the middle. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what is most logical or efficient. I definitely think more about how someone would feel. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. I thrive on spontaneous bursts of energy, but because of my limited time, I don't have a choice to wait for those moments, and I have to be organized and I have to be consistent despite how I'm feeling. So I'll disagree in the middle. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Oh no, I never think that. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. I'm already doing that. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Believe that pondering abstract... No, I like pondering. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places. I definitely disagree. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing... Yes. No, middle. You often feel overwhelmed. Yes. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Yeah, I do. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. I'm in the middle. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. I strongly agree. You struggle with deadlines. I disagree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Absolutely, it will. Okay, and I'm a female. All right, what are my results? I'm an INFJ. Yay, I'm not a fraud on my own channel. I'm an INFJ A. I think last time I did this, I was an INFJ T, which is turbulence, but I have moved up in the ranks. And I'm an advocate. Advocates are quiet visionaries, often serving as inspiring and tireless idealists. So I'm 58% introverted, 61% intuitive, 94% feeling. That does not shock me at all. 94% judging. I'm gonna read this because some people don't know what judging means. So judging individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning to spontaneity. That makes me feel like I am the most boring human. 65% assertive, so I've gone up in that. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. I don't know, I've been pretty stressed lately. They refuse to worry too much and tend to be self-confident when striving to achieve goals. Well, that's it. My life has changed so much since I first took the Myer-Briggs Personality Test, and despite that, I'm still an INFJ.